This episode of the ResortLoop.com podcast is brought to you by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Joffrey's is proud to be the official specialty coffee of Disney. Enjoy drinks and pastries at Joffrey's kiosks throughout the parks and check out the Disney Specialty Coffee Collection only at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Our next stop will be Disney's Contemporary Resort, with continuing service to the Transportation and Ticket Center and Disney's Polynesian Resort.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
And this is ResortLoop.com. It is the gateway to the magic, and it is episode 164.
160. I am just coming off of a cold, so please forgive my, loopiness.
Oh, yeah, very good. Did you have a temperature of 164?
No. Wow, that would be something.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. No temperature, just a cold, but, horrible time to have a cold. I was my son's birthday, and it was just not a fun time for me. So, but I'm on the mend, and hopefully we'll be able to actually taste the Thanksgiving dinner in a couple of days. So, Tim.
Yes, Bob.
What are we going to talk about today?
We are going to do a little bit of a potpourri show.
I like those shows.
I like them too. We just got a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
A little something here, something there.
Yeah, just talk about a couple things that are going on.
Yeah. In other words, we didn't have really anything to talk about, so.
Nah. It'll be a free form show. What pops in our head?
Actually, there have been a couple of things that have been kind of on my mind.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if this is going to be a half-empty show, but it's not going to be a super half-full show. I'm just saying.
Oh, my.
I'm a little disturbed, and I need your opinion on this stuff.
You've been disturbed for years, but please, don't let me hold you back.
That is true. Keep in mind, I'm enjoying my Joffrey's tea, because when you have a cold, you don't really want coffee, but they have wonderful tea. So I'm enjoying my Joffrey's tea as we do the show today. And we would be remiss, Tim, if we didn't mention it's almost our code is almost expiring.
Yes, ResortLoop 20. You've got till the end of the month. This is November 2014. So it's a great Christmas gift. Get Yeah, that's I purchased some extra this time for that purpose as well. So,
get on that. And again, thank you, Joffrey's, for sponsoring the show. We really appreciate it. So.
I'm putting my order in here probably tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I think I'm going to knock it out.
Very good. And really, it doesn't take very long for you to get the order. It takes less than a week.
Oh, yeah.
And they get it to you very quickly. It's always nice to open up that box from Joffrey's. So anyway, on with the show, Tim.
Let's go.
I've got it. As everybody probably knows that follows Disney, they've already lit the castle in their icicles, which is beautiful. But this year they used Frozen, Queen Elsa, lit or covered the castle in ice. Up to that point, it was always the fairy godmother would drape the castle in ice. How do you feel about that? I'm on the fence about that.
Really?
I love Frozen. Don't get me wrong. We watched Frozen a couple of nights ago. Love it. I don't have a problem with the whole maelstrom thing. I know a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm worried that it's become too much. We're oversaturated.
I think we've hit the High School Musical part of the trend.
Maybe. I just, it's Cinderella's castle. It's not Queen Elsa's castle. It's Cinderella's castle. Now, I know they have the big stage show in the front that's Frozen themed now.
Right. But that was always for everybody. The stage is for everybody.
Exactly.
But you're talking the actual castle.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how are you feeling about that?
I've not actually seen it. I'm going to have to look at this online. I'm going to have to look at if Elsa is moved in, if Cinderella's in the back with some bags looking for a place to stay, I will have a problem with this.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Have you looked?
I don't think it's gone that far.
She's out there with a picket sign outside Sir Mickey's.
trying to hawk that one glass slipper she's got left.
Exactly. It's not glass, it's ice.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No. So anyway, that kind of bugged me a little bit. I just wanted to throw that out. Let Looper Nation kind of let us know how they feel about that. I know we're going to get a lot of negative comments about that. I'm just concerned. I have no problem with them capitalizing on the whole Frozen fad right now.
Yeah,
got to ride that wave. But,
yeah. If there was some Frozen of the the projection show, maybe it had some Frozen stuff on there. I'm okay with that. But if she's moved in, and is putting up fresh wallpaper,
I don't know. I got something else. Though. I got, and this one I know interests you.
Oh, okay.
Because you're a big cruiser.
Oh, I do love the cruise.
Yeah. Now, what are those phones that you like and you told me about that you give to the kids so that you can contact them at any time?
The Wave phones. The Wave phone's on board.
The Wave phone.
Yes.
There you go. The Wave phone looks like it's going to fall by the wayside. They're throwing it overboard.
Splash. Which was another Disney movie.
Which was Tom Hanks. Yeah, very nice. That movie disturbed me a little bit. I don't know why. They are now with the whole Disney Cruise Line app, where you can get the navigator, all the maps, and all of that. Now you're going to be able to also use it for messaging.
Okay.
Back and forth to the folks in your party.
Yes.
So how do you feel about that?
I'm torn.
Oh my gosh, will you just stop waffling?
Well,
pick a side.
I'm looking at Mickey Waffles as we speak. It's funny you said that. However, here's the good part. If you have more than one child, you go into the room, you have 2 Wave phones automatically that you can use.
Right.
You have 2? I think you had 2.
Yeah.
However, if you had a 3rd child, you had to go to guest services and request another phone.
Yeah.
They only had like 5 other phones on the ship or something, some obnoxiously low number. If you did not go to that desk, like as soon as you got on board, you couldn't get the other phone. So then you're panicking and trying to rotate phones. Where if you can use the app, and almost all the kids have an iPhone or iPod Touch. So that'll help you stay in contact with your kids. However,
yes.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
I'm anti-technology when I'm on a cruise.
That was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Go ahead.
I am anti-technology. I don't want to check my email all the time. I don't want to feel like I have to constantly be connected to what's going on the land. I'm out at sea, which was one of the big appeals when we started cruising. No one was going to call you because it cost them like $400. It cost you like $400 for them to give you a call. It was obnoxiously high. That's ship to shore phone calls.
Right.
And no one would really be emailing you anything because they know you're out at sea.
Yeah. You send out that mass text and email saying, hey, we're going to be out of service for the next 7 days, 3 days, whatever it is. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, you weren't getting messages. So you're actually, you're having your family time. You're having your married couple time. You're having a true, it's one of the most ideal vacations you could have, in my opinion.
I agree.
If your kids had trouble, you could find them with the phones. They'd contact you. It's a small boat. No problem. They were safe. You're going to find them. Not a big deal.
Right.
I don't know if I like everybody still connected on the ocean. Well,
but you're just connected to each other. It's not like you're connected to the outside world still. Because Disney, obviously, they're gonna charge you if you. Now, my concern would be, I know my daughter, and I have to surgically remove the phone from her hand in order to get it out of her hand.
That's what we did. We took the phones, we threw them in the safe, powered them off, shut them in the safe, said you can't even turn these on because we don't want to risk a huge data room bill.
Right. And how easy will that be to make that mistake and actually text outside of the ship?
Exactly.
That is a concern. Right. Again, that leads me to kind of the main discussion I wanted to have. I know this is a potpourri kind of show, but it got me to really thinking about this whole technology thing. And You touched on it many times in other shows, but is Disney becoming too technologically driven? I mean, we've got your Disney apps, your cruise line apps, your Fast Pass Pluses, your Magic Bands, your interactive queues, everything driven by in essence that smartphone.
Right. Well, we have to allow for this fact. Bob, I got to tell you, one, we're old.
Well, we are. Yes.
Two, I mean, are they driving the trend or are they just following the trend? I think they're following the trend.
Maybe.
I mean, if you had told me years ago both of my kids would have iPhones, I'd be, you're crazy.
Right.
But what would they need it for?
Right.
So, I don't know.
I know that...
I know what you mean, though, because walking around a park, once you had your reservations, you could just actually enjoy the park. You're not looking down, checking times.
Exactly.
You're looking around, looking at all there is to enjoy.
Exactly.
Looking at Main Street windows. Looking for details.
Yeah, looking for those hidden Mickeys that are around. Now everybody's got the app on their phone where you walk over to the hidden Mickey, go, oh yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Hey, where's the next one?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's no exploration involved.
Hey, here's something else. You ever notice now in line and queues, everyone's looking at phones.
Yeah.
You know how before you might strike up a conversation with somebody or near you?
Right.
Somebody from somewhere else, meet people. That's kind of cool.
Right. Yeah, I'm just concerned about that because you're exactly right. And I challenge everybody that's going to the parks, our good pal Fish on Woo, who's down there. Next time you go, just watch people and kind of gauge what would be the percentage of the people who aren't even looking that are their face is buried in their phone.
Right.
And I'll bet it's a large percentage.
It has to be.
Yeah. And I'm concerned about that because as a lover of the Disney parks and knowledge of how much thought goes into those rides and those queues and the horticulture of each individual park, the amount of thought and work that goes into that, and people aren't even looking at it. That's disturbing to me.
Exactly. I agree with you totally.
I'm just concerned. I'm concerned too for the older visitor. Like, not necessarily us because we're
functionally old. We're functionally old, is what you're saying.
But we're not our parents.
No.
That are really behind that curve.
Exactly.
Grandma and grandpa now taking the kids to the parks. Whole different experience if your parents were to take your kids to the parks compared to when they took us to the parks.
Oh, absolutely.
Now the kids are going, hey, we need to get a dining reservation. Well, no, we'll just go over there and we'll wait. Well, no, we can use this on the phone and all. I know my father, I can't get him to use a GPS correctly, for goodness sakes, let alone a smartphone.
Does he want a rotary iPhone?
He would probably love that. Yes, absolutely. Hey, there's an invention for you.
There you go.
Somebody jump on that. But yeah, I mean, the older visitor, it's got to be difficult for them now because, let's face it, we talked about it takes a great deal now of online planning in order to make that trek to any of the Disney parks.
Yes.
You've got to be doing that stuff 6 months in advance. Again, Fish Sean Woo, he kept checking, and he was able to get be our guest for Thanksgiving about 40 days out. So there's a lot of technology that I think the older generations are not going to be able to utilize. So does that then exclude certain groups of people?
I think partially, because you not only have to be computer savvy, you have to be mobile platform savvy as well.
Right.
And sometimes things you can see on the computer aren't quite as pronounced in the mobile apps. You got to do a little more digging to get to where you want to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And that can be frustrating. I mean, it's frustrating for me. I don't know.
Yeah. I was just throwing that out there. I'm concerned. I don't want people to I mean, our everyday lives, you and I both, we all know, it's almost become Pavlovian. Whenever someone picks up a phone, everyone else picks up their phone to look at it.
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. Yes.
Yeah. It's like a yawn. Anytime somebody would yawn, everybody else starts to yawn too. But as soon as somebody picks up their smartphone, starts looking at it, everybody else has to look at theirs.
Yes.
You know. So I'm concerned that the beauty and the enjoyment of the parks is going to be wasted on the generations to come that are, like our kids, very, very technologically driven, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Wanting to hear back from Looper Nation on that one too.
I want to hear as well.
So real quick, have you seen the new Peter Pan queue?
I looked at it real quick.
Doesn't that look nice?
It looks nice. How big is that queue, though? It's hard for me to tell. It looked massive.
Well,
I watched it kind of fast forward. So,
what's that?
I watched it kind of in fast forward. It was a little video.
Yeah,
I was like, where'd they put that?
it's the old bathrooms. They took the old bathrooms away because now they have the tangled bathrooms.
Gotcha.
And
I thought they put a hold in that project. Honestly.
Yeah, I know. It's moving in there now. That nothing right now is interactive, but it's supposed to be interactive as well with your new Magic Band. So very cool.
I'll tell you the fantastic part. It looks like it has to be air conditioned.
Oh,
sometimes that Peter Pan queue is a little sweltering.
Yeah. I got to tell you that the Peter Pan queue and really the old Dumbo queue. You remember the old one?
The
Those
solar
were
panel.
Probably two of the worst.
Yes.
The Dumbo one being the worst because a lot of it you're standing out in that Florida sunshine. Back in the day. Now the new one, not at all. It's fantastic. But yeah, the old Dumbo, the single Dumbo right there behind the carousel was, that was a rough one. Tim, that is kind of all I got. I just wanted to kind of discuss that whole technology thing with you and get your point of view on that as well. I know we're old guys.
We are.
But yeah, just a concern of mine.
All right. Well, I've got one I'm going to throw out at you.
All right. Hit me.
We were talking about Cinderella earlier.
Yeah.
Did you see that Cinderella's royal table is temporarily, while they undergo a refurbishment?
What?
Yes, they're doing a refurbishment. They're going to be temporarily moving Cinderella's... Whoa, it's been a long day. Cinderella's royal table to Citrico's at the Grand Floridian. Did you see this?
I didn't see this. When did this happen?
It's going on, let me see here. I'm looking. January 5th through sometime in March.
Ooh. See, that's information people need to know. So if you're booking that Cinderella's royal table, you're not going and doing it in the castle.
So, Bob, you're probably asking yourself, why are they moving the breakfast? Or any of the meals?
I was asking myself why Cinderella's in rehab, but go ahead.
Oh, wow. I'm not even going anywhere there because it would not be pleasant. However, the simple answer is the breakfast or brunch is $49 a person, $50 a person for adults. That's why you move the breakfast.
Yep.
I'm not sure I'm a big fan of moving Cinderella's royal table temporarily. Even though it's a Grand Floridian, I'd say you just shut it down.
Yeah. I love the Grand Floridian, and it's a classy joint, but it's not the castle.
It's not the castle, and that's why you're paying $50 for adults, and what is it, like $32 for breakfast for kids 3 to 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see how well that sells.
Because one of the selling points of it is when you're done eating, you're right there in the park.
Yeah.
You go to the Grand Floridian for this expensive breakfast, you still got to get to the park.
Right. Well, and you feel special because you're going up inside the castle. Not everybody gets to do that. No. All those people in the park are not going up inside the castle for that meal.
And I'm one of the suckers. I love going up to the castle to eat.
It's, you know what? You got to do it at least once.
You do.
You got to do it at least once. And it's just a wonderful experience. You do feel like you're inside of a royal banquet hall of a castle. It's awesome. So, and if you're lucky enough to get one of the window views where you're overlooking the carousel, even more.
Absolutely.
So, I'll be darned. I did not know that. See that? Breaking news.
This just in. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there. I thought it was some good news, and I just want to get your thoughts on moving the royal table.
I'm not digging that.
No, me either.
Not digging that. See, I told you this might be a not so half full podcast, but things got to be said.
It's news. We bring the news. This just in.
Well, how about on a positive note? We'll end it on a positive note.
Okay.
Downtown Disney is looking fantastic.
It's going to gel. I think it's all going to gel.
The new Disney Springs is coming together.
Nice.
So looking forward to that.
Disney Springs is going to spring.
Wow.
I can't wait till the past tense so I can say Disney Springs has sprung.
That's all I got.
All right, that's all I got too, everybody. Thanks for joining us. This is ResortLoop.com. I'm Tim Scott. You can find me on Twitter at ResortLoopTim. We have the website, ResortLoop.com.
And I'm Resort Loop Bob on the Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget Facebook.com/Resort Loop. I just put out a little questionnaire out there. Jump on that. And where else can they listen, Tim?
You can always find us on the Stitcher.
The Stitcher.
Yes. This has been the Gateway to the Magic.
See you, everybody.
And don't forget to use the discount code ResortLoop20 at Joffrey's.
Within the Walt Disney World Resort Complex is Walt Disney World Shopping Village. Open from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. daily, the village blends a picturesque setting, a collection of charming shops and restaurants, and a rich variety of entertainment into an absolutely delightful experience.